Greetings, beings. Jacob Martinez, Crystal Haiku Guy from artoflove.me. How you doing? I got a new mic. It is a massive monstrosity, and it is one of two that I could find local, and so hopefully this sounds better. I don't know how I'm going to like this setup or what, but we're going to give it a shot because the Mickey Mouse ears weren't working, and the sixth place that I went actually had something. So, these were harder to find than I thought. Anyway, mid-monthly readings for Earth signs. So, I'm told we are going Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I have already shuffled, but I'm gonna keep shuffling. So, let's see here. I don't know if you can hear me unless I'm holding it like this, so I'm gonna put it somewhere here. See if that works. Yeah. So, feel free to skip through this part if you like. I wouldn't blame you if you did, because all I'm doing is shuffling. Yeah. We'll be using 5 decks, so I'm pulling 5 different cards for 5 different things. If you're new to my channel, I do 4 videos at the beginning of the month, and for the middle of the month, 1 for each of the elements of the zodiac, and each element has 3 timestamps below, 1 for each of the signs. So you can just jump ahead. Sometimes I get messages while I'm doing this, other times nope. So it might just be boring, but I know some people like to see the shuffle. So although I shuffled beforehand, I'm also shuffling for you now. And I'm sorry if you don't like the way I shuffle. It's just the way I shuffle. Should also mention too, my channel is M for mature audiences only. So please only be watching this if you are a legal adult wherever you are watching it. And also, you know, if you're somebody that's like, you know, not going to get offended too easy, because I don't know what's going to come up, and sometimes I kind of trance out and I just talk how I'm hearing things or feeling them, and there are usually strong words involved. So if you don't like that, I might not be good for you, you know, and there's a lot of good readers, so feel free to look around. Okay, so just to explain what I'm doing, I might move around. I don't know how I'm going to do this thing. I basically, like I said, I'm using 5 different decks. The first one, what I was just shuffling, is the John Holland Psychic Tarot Oracle deck, and I use that for like the overall challenge energy of the month, which is you know, it's just really helpful to kind of have an idea of what that current of energy might be like for the course of the month, or in this case, the 2 weeks, for the second half of the month. So these cards help us understand like the light attributes and the shadow attributes of how that energy might be playing out. And then for the physical material realm, which is what I'm shuffling now, I use my Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And that, I just pull 1 card to help us look at, you know, the energy for what's going to be in the physical material realm. And then, oh, I said the wrong deck for the archetypes. The archetype deck is Carolyn. This is archetype cards. I used the John Holland deck for the mental energy card, which is the third card, and actually the deck that I'm about to start shuffling. Feeling good about that. Wow. Just like dropping cards everywhere. What the heck? Wow, I'm kind of getting this weird thing in my throat like I was getting when I was doing Aries yesterday. There's like a lump in my throat, and I just feel like it's like rising up right now. I feel like a lump's rising up in my throat. Huh. You know what? I'm gonna actually do a calibration. I've got a G sharp singing bowl, and yesterday I actually used the C sharp for some root chakra clearing for some of the other signs that needed it, and I think you need a G sharp. So hang on one sec. Here we go. Got it. I'm gonna do calibration. This. Just putting it over the cards for you. One more. Okay. I do hope that helped. I already feel a little less pressure here. Actually, see this color right here? Maybe that's why I was told to wear this color in my bandana. This is a good color for throat chakra. So, and like thymus, like in between like the heart chakra and like the throat chakra, this whole area here, good color. You can meditate on that right there. And that doo, that frequency, G sharp. It's really good for anything to do with, you know, chakras in this region. I think we need some more sage. Yeah. Gosh. Well, it wasn't just the fire signs yesterday. Gosh, earth signs. I mean, I gotta tell ya, your sage is burning really freaking fast. Fire signs had that yesterday too, but yours is running really fast. So we're just gonna keep clearing this area. I'm doing a little bit of what I call energetic proxy work on you. I'm smudging you with selenite. Taurus. I feel like somebody graduated. It feels like I'm just like seeing somebody graduating, or like it's like at a college kind of thing. I don't know, maybe you're teaching in a college, but I was just seeing somebody in like cap and gown. I guess that would make sense right now, right? Didn't people just graduate? But congrats if you did. Just kind of seeing somebody celebrating with that. Yeah, I'm like seeing somebody kind of like in that like cap and gown and like ascending of some stairs, and they're saying something about wisdom and destiny. And yeah, I'm like getting this professor vibe. I don't know, maybe somebody like graduated and is like teaching something they're really passionate about now. But yeah, I mean, it looks really good. If you're feeling called to something higher right now, there's just a really awesome sense of completion with this and satisfaction that's coming forward. So whoever that's for, congratulations. You know, I think that one of the higher callings that we can have in this life is really applying things that, you know, we're really passionate about, that we've learned a lot about, or something that's transformed our lives, and helping others with that. That's great. So if that's you, woo-hoo, congrats. I don't know if I said this already, but I deal them all backs up until I'm ready to read them, and then I flip them, you know, one sign at a time. So, shuffling the last deck here. This is the Archangel Michael deck from Doreen Virtue. I always finish all my readings up with one of these because they have really good advice and a prayer. Just flew out. This one says, lean on God and the angels for support. Dear God and angels, I give you this, whatever your situation is, now and completely. I step out of the way and allow divine miracles to shine through everyone and everything involved. That's what it looks like. It's a pretty cool card. So call that one a bonus. Alright, where's Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus? Yeah, that last siege is going pretty good. Seems like it calmed down a little bit. That throat chakra thing definitely did too. If you hear that pulsating sound, that's some healing frequencies that I just have from my own sound therapy that's usually going on. And those are actually, they vary depending on what I'm doing, but what you're hearing right now is basically, it's primarily 528 hertz, which is known as a miracle frequency that helps heal DNA. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get started now with Taurus. So, let me just move some things out of the way here. Alright, Taurus, I'm going to get started with you now. Alright, Taurus. I'm going to hold this mic. I'm sorry for having this monstrosity in the way, but I don't know how loud this thing is recording, and when I was doing my sound check, it seemed like it was a lot louder if I had it closer. So, I'm going to be very cool with this thing. Just kidding. Your overall archetypal energy for the month, using that Carolyn Miss archetype cards here. We've got the networker card, Taurus. And light attribute state enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. The shadow attribute state conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Looks like a lot of communication this month to me. A lot going on, plans. I'm hearing a lot about plans, and there's a lot of upper chakra energy that's coming through this reading for this month, and I keep hearing something about your mediumship too. And you know what? I was getting that a lot for Aries actually yesterday, but you know, you and Aries are side by side here on the chart, and sometimes the energies, you know, they're touching each other, like cusps, like how cusps work. And they were getting a lot of mediumship energy with their reading too. And I don't know, maybe you have something to do with an Aries, or have some strong Aries in your chart somewhere too, so that one might be of interest. But definitely getting a similar vibe. And I'm going to go ahead and open up the book for you, give you a little more research into this card. Networker. Alright, Taurus. We've got some buzzwords, keywords for networker to keep in mind. Messenger, herald, courier, journalist, communicator. And they've also given us 4 bullet points. Here's the first one. Expands sphere of influence by forging alliances and making connections, most among vastly different groups of people. The second one says, helps develop social flexibility and empathy that seeks commonality with those who might not seem to be potential friends or allies. The third one says, messenger and communicator have skills to disseminate information and power. And the last one is about the shadow networker. So the shadow networker merely uses connections with others for personal gain. And they've given us a tip to keep in mind for the month. Look for a continuing pattern of forging links with others to deliver vital information and ideas. So that's what it's all about. That's kind of like the baseline of your month, if you will. And just a really good call to action to use your high mind, you know, and your communications. You've got a lot going on, and you know, they're saying that you're really in a position to sort of finesse things in a way, and that, you know, check in with yourself and make sure that, you know, you're not like manipulating people or situations in a bad way. It's really, I think, advantageous oftentimes to orchestrate events and to finesse things in a way that manipulates the situation for its own betterment. But it can be a slippery slope when we are not in check with our own ego motivations and these types of things. So I feel like, you know, that's really, you know, what they were saying there with the light attributes, that you want to be engendering social awareness and empathy in the things that you do. And I think you're going to do it. Simply because I'm looking at the rest of your spread here, and you just got a lot of upper consciousness stuff working with you right now, these energies, and like your physical material realm, using the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, Spirit gave us the Star card for you. That's a kick-ass energy right there. There could be an Aquarius in your life too, because this is showing up in the physical realm, and I think a lot of people would agree that this typically will represent an Aquarius character in their reading. So, you know, it doesn't have to be an Aquarius sun, moon, or rising person, but there's a good chance that it could be that this is someone that's showing up in your physical world in some kind of way. And if it's not another person, if this is you or how you are behaving or acting, I wouldn't be surprised with all this like upper chakra color stuff going on all around you for the course of the month. That's what all that is, that purple and lavender and white. It's like amethyst colors, right? These are also very Aquarian in nature. Amethyst is, you know, an Aquarian birthstone. That's what this is actually. And I wear it because I'm actually an Aquarius sun person. I guess this could even be me showing up in your reading, you know, since, you know, maybe I'm considered in your realm for the month if you're, you know, watching my channel and looking at possible ways to help you advise yourself in your own situation by thinking of other ideas that maybe hadn't come to mind yet. That's really the point of these channels, at least mine. But yeah, this is a really hopeful card too, and they're just telling me that there's something you've really been working for a long time, and I'm just getting like even like childhood dreams is what I'm hearing. Just childhood dreams for somebody, something that has been, you know, like a plan for a really long time. And I mean, when I say long time, yeah, I'm really like back to childhood, and something that you've invested a lot of time and just poured yourself into. Like, you see this individual here, you know, this person could be anybody. Maybe you identify with that person, whether it's, you know, whatever gender makes sense in your situation. This person isn't hiding from themselves at all. Like, they showed up completely nude here. And if that's a night sky, it sure is starry and bright. So something, whatever this dream is that they have, that they're really like even pouring themselves into here, you know, it's lit up their entire sky. And the fact that it's showing up here in your material realm for the second half of the month, I mean, I'm just hearing, you know, keep hope alive. So whatever the slow, possibly moving thing is, it looks like it's culminating. It's getting to a point where you can literally almost like, you know, dip into the water yourself and have a drink of whatever this is that is going to make you feel like, you know, you've achieved whatever this hope is. So I feel like you're really focused on it too, because getting in your mental energy for the second part of June using the John Holland Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. You got the third eye chakra. Yeah, third eye chakra card. That's a really meditative card. That's like the chakra that's right here. Brow chakra. Sixth chakra. That's why it says number 6 up there. Excuse me. So, this is what's on your mind. I think it has something to do with whatever this is you've been pouring yourself into and really working at for a long time, and what you've been achieving. And I just keep hearing mediumship too, so I feel like it's something that on an intuitive level, it's just like, it's really like next level. This is some next level stuff in your life, whatever that means. And for some of you, it might have to do with the home. I'm only saying that just because of one of the messages that's coming through your Archangel card. But I'm not going to jump ahead to that yet. I'm going to show you what's showing up in your romantic / personal, sorry, zoned out there. Jareen Virtues, Romance Angels, Oracle cards. These aren't always romantic for me. This one might be. Who else got this? I was just staring at it because someone else actually just got this. I think it was. Yeah, it was Libra. Let your friends help you. It says ask for and accept support from others. So, it's possible this has something to do with romantic affairs and, maybe just needing some assistance, or maybe meeting people through your friend circle, people that you trust, or just needing some advice. But I think this might have some implication on whatever the situation is that you're waiting to happen, and, perhaps figuring out the best way to bring it together. You've got this networker energy here, and, friends, networking with friends. So, third eye chakra, I kind of feel like there's just been like a real trajectory mindset on something that you've had in the works for a while, and they're just saying your friends are really, trustworthy, and you've got like a good circle of influence that you can rely on. And I'm going to read from the book, tell you what the card's meaning says here. Okay. The romance angels are helping you via other people to the degree that you allow this assistance to occur. This card indicates that you need to be more willing to ask for guidance, especially within the context of your love life. For instance, discuss your feelings, hopes, and dreams. Then allow others to help you. Perhaps they'll offer support, give advice, or even know of a potential partner among their acquaintances. I need another hand. This card is a signal that you'd benefit from spending quality time with your friends. If you're currently in a relationship, you'll get renewed enthusiasm by having regular outings with good friends. If you're single, then spending time with these people will get you out of the house and bring in fresh energy. Your friends may also introduce you to a wonderful romantic partner. Alright, pretty straightforward, right? Got good friends, let them help you, whatever it is. And your Archangel Michael card is saying your home is protected by angels. So, I don't know, I was like actually seeing somebody moving next to a beach. That's what I was hearing, something about a move, and then, this thing about the home being protected by angels. Or maybe it's mountains. There's mountains here and also in this other card. But whatever it is, Archangel Michael says you're protected. Good to know. And I'm going to go ahead and seal this one off with a prayer for you. Okay, Taurus, here we go. Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over my home and its inhabitants. I ask that you post guardian angels at each window and door, ensuring its security. Thank you for guiding my finances so that I can easily afford to pay my rent, mortgage, or taxes. Amen. Alright, Taurus, good. I hope it's a fabulous rest of your month and that you are feeling great. And if you have a prayer request for me or something that I can help with, feel free to hit me up. My contact information is in the description box below. And if you liked it, thumbs up, share, subscribe. And if I don't hear from you, I will see you back here in a couple weeks when I am back for the July readings. Okay, thanks a lot. Could go ahead and move on to Virgo What's up, Virgo? How you doing? I'm gonna burn some more sage. I got this big thing here, and I don't think it was picking me up unless I held it close, so I'm just gonna be holding it. It's like people were having a hard time hearing me. I think the mic on my yoga stopped working very well, and then I was doing the Mickey Mouse ears, and that wasn't working well, and then I couldn't find anybody that was selling these, and then Radio Shack had them, but this thing is huge, and I don't know if I like it, but we're going to use it for now. We ran out of sage, so I gotta do more sage. I think that'll do it. I haven't seen your cards yet. So I'm just getting ready to put them out in front of me. I'm sorry if I'm wiggling around a lot. I'm not used to using this thing, and it's like got me like trying to figure out my logistics. Hopefully you can hear me. Alright. Here we go, Virgo. I got the cards in front of me for real. I'm just hearing trust yourself right now. They are saying trust yourself, Virgo. You know how to do that. Yeah, let's jump right into it. Your overall archetypal energy for the month, or the second half of the month rather, here, second half of June, using Carolyn Mrs. Archetype cards. It's the Avenger card. Avenger. Light attributes state: desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Shadow attributes state: resorting to violence in the name of a cause. That doesn't sound very Virgoan to me. I can imagine being that pissed off, but I don't know. I've got so many Virgos in my life, and I don't know. I guess I just I could see you feeling angry and challenged, but just keep in mind, if you're feeling like you want to act out in violence, Virgo, it's not fucking worth it. Okay, it's not worth it. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the book here and just read for you what it says. Okay, Avenger. We've got some buzzwords here up at the top. Avenging angel, savior, and messiah. A few bullet points. First one says, need to balance the scales of justice, sometimes aggressively. Second one says, pursues war criminals or corporations that harm society. And the last one is about the Shadow Avenger. And it says that the Shadow Avenger manifests as resorting to violence, from acts of eco-terrorism to bombing abortion clinics. And there's a little piece of advice. Look for a lifelong pattern of defending or representing causes on behalf of others. So that actually makes a lot of sense. Like, I've had some Virgos in my life, and y'all are like underdog lovers, you know, or underdog people a lot of times. You just have a really strong sense of justice, and it might be a big challenge this month for you, actually, to keep it cool about something here, Virgo. Maybe something ain't right in your life, and I think you might be at a boiling point, because I'm just going to jump into your physical material where I'm using Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. Y'all got the Nightmare card. You don't even have to read tarot to understand this one here. That's 9 swords. That's a person that's got a lot of shit on their mind. And they, she, he, whoever. You? Is that you? Might not be sleeping too well. I'm trying to figure something out. Don't be bombing anybody's clinics or doing anything crazy, Maybe that's what's keeping you up at night. Get some sage. Burn some sage. They're actually saying, you gotta do a lot of heart chakra grounding right now. And, a lot of energetic hygiene. I'm getting a lot for a lot of the signs here, the second half of the month, It's a great time to do some spring cleaning here. We're about to kick it off into summer pretty soon. Solstice is on the 21st, and I think a lot of us are just ready for new beginnings. You actually pulled the actual new beginnings card, which is typically known as the Fool. It's a major arcana. This is your mental sector energy. So maybe this is what's keeping you up at night too. You're just ready to get the fuck out of whatever this has been. That's taking a while. You've been working on something for a while. It's been keeping you up a while. Like maybe 9 months, 9 weeks. I don't know. 9 years for some of y'all. Tarot can be slow as hell for some people. Let's be real. But yeah, like a lot of the signs have been pulling like aces and stuff for the second half of the month, and you got new beginnings. This is awesome. This is something that's like getting ready to seriously kick off, and you know about it. You're ready to make it happen and just feel on top, feel on top of your world again. That's what I'm hearing. And maybe to get something back that somebody tried to take from you. Maybe your sense of dignity. Maybe that's what's keeping you up too. You've got an opportunity to maybe make a clean break from something, and I think you're negotiating in your mind what you're willing to do or sacrifice to make it happen, because there's always a trade-off, right? And yeah, whatever it is, it feels like that when you take that step, that whatever that big door was behind you, it's closed. I think that's giving somebody a freaking panic attack. That's what I'm hearing. But let's go ahead and jump ahead too, because this one's kind of in a flow here. Personal, romantic sector, not always romantic. Sometimes it's just personal stuff. I'm using these Romance Angels Oracle cards from Doreen Virtue. They're pretty cool. You've probably seen them before. Everybody's got them. Release your ex. So maybe that's what you're walking away from, is some old relationship stuff. It's been going on a while, long time. And maybe you actually want to slam that big freaking door. You're like, fuck this. I'll take a step into the unknown. Why am I hearing that? It totally doesn't even work with the picture, but I just heard like that song, I'm walking on sunshine, whoa, and don't feel good. Hey, dun 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 dun. Okay, so yeah, maybe that's what's going on. Maybe that's what the new beginning is. Could be like a new relationship, and maybe you're having like anxiety about it because you're just like still getting over something that was just like you're all wrapped up in it. See all that stuff she's got wrapped up on her? What's kind of crazy about it is like, if you look really close at the picture, I can't even tell what she's tied to. Like that stuff, those sashes that are all over her. What is that? It's like she's like not tied to anything really. It's just she's just like all wrapped up in it, So I think that's probably, that could be why you're up at night. You're just still like wrapped up in your mind. And that's a tough energy to be in the physical material realm, because it means you're too much in your head, right? And if you're too much in your head, you're going to have a hard time sleeping, right? So I think that's why, again, they're showing you a lot of green stuff here and a lot of yellow. And a lot of this is about healing the heart and your sense of self. It's really about, reclaiming your sense of self, because sometimes that's the only justice that can be served, is the one that you allow yourself to have when you reclaim your own dignity. And so I'm just going to read it to you again and maybe think about it in that context, okay? We're just going to program that for the rest of the month so that when the opportunity arises, that's what's there. Desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. You can give that to yourself. And I'm going to recommend self-hypnosis too. I know that might be a little weird for some of y'all, but I gotta tell you, it really works. And you can find different types, that might work for you. I like a lot of like the binaural stuff that, you can even use to like put you out to sleep. There's a hypnotherapist that I personally use and recommend all the time. His name is Steve G. Jones. If you go to stevegjones.com, he's got a ton of really good stuff. Actually, one of my favorite series, and it's just really cool if you are into like esoteric, mystical practices yourself. But he's got one called Explorations Beyond the Body that actually helps people that are looking to learn how to expand and master some control over how they exercise their astral body for like astral projection, out of body experiences and things like that, or healing work. So that's really cool, and he's got actually a bunch of others that could be applied for different things, from social anxiety to maybe different compulsive behaviors or thought patterns. And what's really cool about them is that they kind of take you into a little bit of a hypnosis, and then with like a guided meditation. It's real brief in the beginning, and then there are literally some tones that will help take your brain into like a really deep rested state where you really just fall asleep. And the messages they're going into your your computer brain and helping to maybe get past some of those walls that your thinking mind might have, the kind of stuff that keeps you in these repetitive patterns, where you can't go to sleep, and takes you into that other place where your mind is relaxed enough to really accept hearing maybe a more positive dialogue to help you, bridge yourself from where you are to where, ever this new beginning really is that you want to go. And if you're having trouble releasing something, whether it's an ex or like a limiting thought pattern or a belief system or just some kind of behavior that has served its purpose now, I really feel that self-hypnosis is a really good way to do it. And if you're like me, you might think a lot of this stuff is kind of cheesy. Like, I can't just sit there and listen to some of the crazy stuff. It's like, I will just laugh, but if it's something that's got like the binaural audio where it literally is designed to assist you in your sleep at night, where you just listen to it before bed and like earbuds or something like that's really, that was really helpful to get me out of my head. And I think that might be helpful for you too if you're just over processing something. But one way or the other, I mean, even if it's driving you nuts, your guidance is good, and Archangel Michael has some confirmation for you on that. So at least if you're up thinking about it, maybe you can just give yourself a reprieve knowing that it's coming from a good place. Yes, your intuition is good. And he says your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. So, maybe let yourself off the hook a little bit here. Get some rest. I'm going to go ahead and seal this one up with a prayer for you, Virgo. Please help me clearly hear, see, feel, and know the divine guidance that I've asked and prayed for. Allow me to keep my ego out of the way so that your wisdom can come streaming through me for my own benefit and for those around me. Amen. Alright, Virgo, that's what I got for the second half of June for you. If I can help with anything, hit me up. If you'd like a prayer, my information is below. If I don't hear from you, I will see you soon for the July readings. Thanks a lot. God bless. Alright, we're going to go ahead and move on to Capricorn. What's up, Capricorn? Just getting some sage back over here. It's been burning in the back because I was getting a little smoky, but put a little more on the board. So we just finished Virgo. I have already dealt your cards because I do all of the earth signs at the same time, but I'm not looking at until now. Alright, Capricorn. I'm remembering some of this from a couple weeks ago. Looks like some of your story is continuing nicely. You actually got the same archetype energy that Aquarius got, and it's the bully energy. Doesn't surprise me though, because Aquarius and Capricorn are side by side. So a lot of times this stuff kind of crosses over or blends. Or maybe you're dealing with an Aquarius or have an Aquarius in your life or in your chart somewhere. I'm still picking up the Aries vibe on this. I gotta tell you, I've used these cards for a while and I had never picked up on this before. I haven't even read you the card yet, but this is the same thing that jumped out at me when I was looking at it for Aquarius. If you look at this cloud person's face right there, their furrowed brow, their brow's like this right here, that little wrinkle is exactly what the Aries symbol looks like, the ram. And yeah, I'm getting it here too. When I was reading this yesterday for Aquarius, I was picking up that somebody was bullied by an Aries. It felt like it was that way because I was getting a pain right here, a pressure on the third eye. There's some kind of oppressive feeling to do with an Aries, and it may or may not be the case with you, but again, that little ram-like symbol was the first thing that just flew off at me. And someone just spitting venomous words. So it's a tough energy, guys and gals and others. What it says on the light attributes is highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. And the shadow attribute state conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. And seems like the best case scenario on that is just kind of like a wake-up call, is what I'm feeling. It's I don't know, maybe just finally seeing a situation for what it is, and maybe not having realized before that something was somewhat abusive, but now it's really on your radar. The buzzword that they give us in the book for bully is coward, which I think is really appropriate. Most bullies I've personally been around are just cowardly people that are exercising their brokenness in a reactive way towards others. So there's 4 bullet points. The first one says, should be evaluated by far more than whether you bully people. The second one says, symbolically, we bully our spirits into backing down from challenges. The third one says, beneath the bully lurks the coward, which the bully masks. And the fourth one says, shadow bully always gives into fear by lashing out. And then the tip for the next couple weeks is honestly assess whether you have a lifelong pattern of bullying others to cover your own fear. It's possible. And I'm just getting a message here that, you know, if that's the case, and maybe while you're checking into this here, Capricorn, you might realize that you maybe unwittingly have been bullying somebody with the way you do things, maybe your disposition or your demeanor, perhaps. And even if it's unintentional, you know, you find out about it and you recognize that in yourself, you know, just take the steps to correct it. You don't have to beat yourself up for it. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to be in that situation, of course, but, you know, you also deserve to let yourself off the hook if it was like an unconscious thing, you know, if it wasn't like you were doing it on purpose. But the call to action is fixing it if you realize it. So, and I'm only saying that. I'm going to go ahead and just jump ahead. Your Archangel Michael said, Michael Card said, admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. And so, you know, that was just like the first kind of obvious thing here. So, you know, whether it's you that's doing that, or maybe, you know, you find yourself in a situation where either through your tacit approval by just letting it happen and not saying anything about it, or just by maybe not having recognized it for what it was before, have been seeing somebody bullying around you, or somebody bullied, and maybe not done anything. And so whatever it is, you know, they're just saying it's time to just be, you know, honest about what that is and make sure that you take appropriate actions. Okay? So there's that. And I think you're going to do it because actually, I mean, there's a lot of romance energy, like, coming from this period. There's a lot of loving energy, let's just say. Even if it's not romance, something's budding, and I'm just getting there's like a ton of cups here in your reading. You know, your physical material realm, Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, Knight of Cups. That's somewhat of a romantic card for me many times. You know, it could be the Knight on Shining Armor coming in with something of an emotional nature to share. That could be you. Or, since it's showing up as, you know, a person, this is a people card, you know, this could be a messenger, you know, or a message coming your way, but it could also be a person, and if it is, it's likely that it could be somebody that has a strong water element in their birth chart. You know, perhaps a sun, moon, rising that is represented somewhere in the water family of either, you know, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio variety individual, or someone that's willing to possibly wear their heart on their sleeve and even be a little goofy for love, or something that they believe in. And you know, if it's not a romantic thing, it could just be something that you're really you know, you feel emotionally drawn to, or like kindred with. And I say that because actually, if I had a soulmate card to pick out of my John Highland Psychic Tarot Oracle deck, it would be this one, which is the Two of Cups in the standard Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Here it's called Spiritual Union. They only show one cup there, but it's two people drinking from one, and you see their energy. It's like one thing, right? It's like something very symbiotic coming together here. It's just a really beautiful energy, and this is what's showing up on your mind, Capricorn. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was just a couple weeks ago, or at the beginning of the month. Yeah, it was the beginning of the month or the end of last month. I think you were pulling up a lot of soulmate energy. So, you know, a lot of this could also just be finding that soulmate within yourself. Because if you really look at it, I think there's something there for all of us. You know, you want to find your soulmate, the best way is to get in touch with that side of yourself, and that might be what you've been working on, and perhaps very much why you have so much of the soulmate style energy showing up. And if I had to pick one for myself, I mean, I think that looks pretty damn good, right? It's got some good vibes there. I have to say, though, it is kind of throwing me off being around this bully energy. So I wonder what that's all about. And there might not be a direct correlation, but, you know, I will just go ahead and just throw this out as a cautionary note, because, you know, spiritual relationships, karmic relationships, soulmate relationships, as beautiful as they can be, can sometimes be the most glaringly polarizing, turbulent things that we go through. And, you know, everything is up right here with your cups, but emotions can pull us in different directions. And I would just say, since we are, you know, looking at the bully energy here, you just make sure you're checking in with your relationships, you know, and anything emotional that's going on, and make sure that, you know, everything feels good, and that you're not bullying yourself. This one's really sticking out. When we were looking at the book together, they were saying that, you know, it's not always about exerting yourself on other people or how they exert themselves on you, but maybe like the fears that we use to intimidate ourselves out of doing things. And if that's the case here, I'm just really going to encourage you to sit within your heart space. And the reason why, and you know, that might be what this truth is that you're being encouraged to act upon accordingly, but your romance angels cards are actually giving you the same advice. Express your love. So maybe something is coming to that point now where, you know, you need to face a fear that's had you kind of backing down within yourself. So could be that you've maybe emotionally bullied yourself there, Capricorn, you know. And it wouldn't surprise me. I think over the past couple months, some of the energy that we've been seeing you come out of has been some of a little bit of disorientation, even with what your personal situation was. Like, we've had like the beggar, the thief, and the prostitute or something, and these were all like, the way they were coming up was like a person had some abundance or things available that they weren't seeing because they were seeing themselves from a very limited sort of standpoint. And that could be, you know, why. Maybe somebody bullied you a long time ago and there was like a feeling of inadequacy or something that kept you back, but there's something loving and emotional in your periphery here. That's looking like a possibly good opportunity to be showing up like this in your mind. You know, this is all heart-centered stuff. And so romance angels are saying, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So I'm thinking, even if it isn't romantic, you know, just expressing yourself. You know, maybe you've got a good friend or a good partnership or something that's coming together, you know, in a really awesome way. You could have started a job that you love, you know. A lot of people are getting new beginnings. This could be something that you really like doing, that you like getting up and going to, and you just feel like you just connected other parts of yourself there. And, you know, it's okay to be in touch with that. And so Let's see what else that book says on those Romance Angels cards. See if there's something else in there for you, Capricorn. Alright, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. This card urges you to take the initiative in your love life. That may mean contacting someone to whom you're attracted and asking that person out on a date. It could also mean sending flowers, texts, or gifts to your beloved. As you express romance, these feelings pour through you. You actually become the biggest beneficiary of your romantic displays as you enjoy how they make you feel to an even greater degree. The more you give love, the more you experience it. Of course, do make sure that you're also open to receiving the love that comes to you from God, the angels, and other people. So, pretty self-explanatory. If it feels good, if it's making you feel like this, go with it. And don't talk yourself out of it in a way where you're too inhibited to even just express it to yourself or the people that need to know it. And we're going to go ahead and seal it up with this prayer here. As Archangel Michael says, admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. Capricorn, here we go. I appreciate your support in helping me face my feelings with grace and acceptance so that I can be loving. Sorry about that, Capricorn. I don't know what happened. I was reading the prayer and it just cut out, so we're going to start the prayer over again. Alright, here we go. Capricorn. I appreciate your support in helping me face my feelings with grace and acceptance so that I can be lovingly honest with myself and others. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for giving me courage and strength. Amen. Alright, figured that out, and that's it. That's what I've got for you right now here, Capricorn. I hope everything's great. And man, if you met your soulmate, God bless you. I hope it's wonderful. I'm praying for all y'all. And if there's anything I can help with on a personal basis, or if you want somebody to pray about your personal situation, feel free to hit me up. My information is below. If I don't hear from you, thumbs up, like, share, subscribe if you did. And I will see you again in a couple weeks for the July reading. So God bless. Take care. Bye.